Oh. All right, so hello everyone. We've got 10 minutes, and that's what we are going to do. We are going to have like 3-4 minutes. I will explain you some kind of theory which I love, really love, and then I'll tell you some, like actually 7 useful, I hope useful ideas based on this theory that I provide. So I'll close the chat now. So look here, you can see my students, and you can write in our chat what is common between all of these pictures, all of my students. And I'll tell you one thing. I have already typed the address of my group. So I have group for teachers, school with teachers. I have also my own lessons, and I was wondering, as we all wonder, how to make our lessons more productive, more productive, like how to help our students remember things and so on. And like every time I was looking at my lessons and other people's lessons, I've noticed that the results are always different, but sometimes not most of the times, when you have emotionally saturated lessons, it goes better. Students remember things better, and you can actually notice it not at the lesson that you had, also the lesson that you had, because the speed of the lesson was much better, like it was faster. But also after that lesson, they come back and they remember things. And I wondered how it happened, like how can I improve the our lessons? And I found out that there is a fantastic thing, that even if you do the lesson correctly, like in a smooth way, but you don't have emotional reaction from your student, usually it doesn't work as well as it could. So meet my best friend. Sorry. Here we are. It is called amygdala. I love this. These small purple things there. Amygdala is involved in affectively influenced memory. So basically, emotional arousal activates amygdala, and such activation results in the modulation of memory storage occurring in other brain parts. We've got also here another friend of ours. You can see hippocampus. We got 2 actually, on the left and on the right. And it works again with amygdala. So the hippocampus is part of the limbic system and plays important roles in the consolidation of information from short-term memory to long-term memory. And it works together with amygdala. So basically, that's true if you have emotions, if you have emotional reaction from your students, they will remember things better. We all knew that. I think I knew that. I'm sure you knew that, but here is the thing. I didn't know why. I wanted to know why. So here is the answer. Amygdala. Remember this name. Now, here are some ways of creating emotion-saturated lessons. And here is the trick. Some teachers say like, so what? I start 5 works every lesson, and then I have something like 15 minutes of attention, of my students' attention. Like I can just do the, I can just like, you know, have 5 works every lesson. Every lesson starts with like boom, wow, and then it's okay. This is wow effect, and I can work with it. No, you can't. First of all, because if you have 5 works every lesson, it becomes some kind of routine, and it's just not. It is not interesting anymore. Also, it's better to use, look, wow effect, it's not about just that you have to surprise your students. You have to get their reaction. So you can discuss their problems and then build some new vocabulary, and it will be your wow effect. You can find something that is really important for them, and that will be also wow effect. Actually, if you have a really smooth lesson, and your students work really hard and very fast, that means that you had your wow lesson, wow effect. So it's not necessarily fireworks or whatever. And here are some ways, like surprise, of course, storytelling. So you can awake their memories, achieve ease of use. These are all the ways of creating emotion-saturated lessons. And here I have 5 minutes to tell you about some ways that I love. So the first one is the simplest one. Okay, simplest one. Okay, so use big objects. Okay, this is like kind of cheating in teaching, because big objects they attract attention easily, and students again, don't use it every lesson, but they eat so much time. Like seriously, the preparation is killing me every time. So sometimes if you have no other ideas, no other options, use a giant object. It will be fun. It will create this wow effect. It will activate amygdala. Children will remember what the words that you need them to remember. Okay, another one. I found, I think you have the same problem. When children are like when you work with preschoolers, they don't really remember letters. I don't know why. So I found this, and it proved to be useful. You help them to remember the shapes of letters by just drawing them. So they draw together and they remember a angel, and they remember the shape of the angel. They remember the shape of the butterfly. I still haven't found the perfect explanation for B yet. If you have, please write in our chat, because with the house it works perfectly. With angel it works perfectly. With B, they keep sometimes confusing it. We try to color one wing of the butterfly, color it, and one we just keep like black and white. It helped. Okay, another thing which I absolutely love, I don't know how to call it. I don't know who actually created this task. So basically you take one paper and for example with like a pot, and another paper with some kind of food, like for example soup. And if you use the torch afterwards, they can see soup through the pot. So I use it like every other lesson. For example, here we use it like we saw the pot. They didn't know what is inside, what is inside, but what we did, they were trying to guess food, like where do you cook it, how do you cook it, and so on. You can see on their faces that it worked, absolutely worked. But you can do it with animals, like if you have this fantastic book about the boy who wanted Dear Zoo, the book Dear Zoo, it is absolutely fantastic with this book. Okay, another thing you can see there, oh, sorry. When we work with furniture, with rooms, that's what you do. You just take match boxes and put on it, put on them some windows, doors, and so on. You make a small house, and then it's on the right. And then you put inside some rooms. So they have to guess the rooms, they have to ask for the rooms, they can color the rooms, whatever you want. This proved to be useful. I had a lesson with, I'm sorry for my picture here, but it was lesson with children like without parents. So another thing, I've got 1 minute. Another thing is, okay, every time you hide something, it works. So here we have a kind of garden. They write the names of everything in this garden, and they also write like vegetables, and you hide inside this garden a secret treasure, and they have to say like, is there a secret treasure under the cabbage, is there a secret treasure under the carrot, and so on. And the last thing, 1 more minute I'll have, you know, there is coronavirus and so on, and actually every year we have such a problem like with our health. We need to teach children how to wash hands. This is my favorite. So before the lesson, give them glitter. They put a lot of glitter on one of their hand, You can also add something like glue a little bit, and then they start. You start. Let's say you do the handshaking. We touch each other, and in 5 minutes we all are in glitter. And you can see that if we pretend that glitter is kind of like virus, we can see that how it works and why we need to wash our hands. Another thing that I love is called pepper virus. I love it. My students, I mean, it's good only for preschoolers. After that, you have to explain it differently. But pepper, milk, put finger inside. All children put fingers inside. They got in. Their hands are full of pepper, and just to wash your hands will not work. But if you put soap on it, it breaks down the fat. So the pepper virus is kind of scared of it. Yay, let's use soap. It doesn't work exactly like this in science, but with children, it works perfectly. They will remember. Thank you very much. One more minute, yeah.